Now, the third piece to this is research. You have to also identify the different touch points that your ideal audience interacts with on the Instagram platform, such as hashtags, captions, comments, stickers, audio, the music, what's going to be intriguing. You have to really start considering those Instagram touch points. You want to explore relevant hashtags that your ideal audience are most likely to follow or search for. And here's the thing that we feel like, I think a lot of times that, well, hashtags isn't really that people can find you or they don't really work. But I'll tell you one thing. I can't tell you how many people, because I have just searched a specific topic or theme on Instagram, and I have found people that I wouldn't have found otherwise because they use those hashtags. So I know that they work because I've been on the receiving end of that. You also want to study the captions from other successful pieces of content that you find in your niche to understand the type of messaging, the type of language that is going to resonate with your audience. Because if it's doing well in your niche, whether it's a song, use an Instagram reel, for example, the length of the reel, the song that was used, the captions that were on the reel versus the captions that were in the content, really taking time to research that stuff, it's a data mining thing for you. It's going to give you so much information about the type of reels that your audience is going to be resonating with as well. And then you can analyze the use of the music, the use of stickers, the use of different types of words that you use that align with your brand and the audience's preferences. You'll be able to see which pieces of content are landing and which ones didn't. Then from there, you can start to craft messages for each of those touch points. You want to make sure that you tailor your copy to fit each touch point in the content journey, including the language, the tone, the messaging. So for example, if you're going to be using a hashtag that's relevant, that's going to potentially help you increase the visibility of your reel to a wider or colder audience. You could also add in a call to action in the caption. I think that needs to be really on everything. And it doesn't have to necessarily be a call to action to buy something, but it's a call to action to do something. It's a call to action to encourage some kind of engagement. And I don't feel that people do enough of that. You want to be thinking about the content that you're creating as like, what is a nice to have? Or like, oh, that reel was nice to watch, or oh, that's cute, versus like, oh my gosh, I need to watch this reel 15,000 more times because it was so flipping good. I need to read everything. I need to comment. I need to save it. I need to share it. And that's the modality that you want to get your mindset in. You're not just creating reels just to create reels. You're creating reels to create some kind of call to action that provokes engagement. And that's where those messages for each touch point come in. You've got to develop compelling captions to grab attention, to convey your message very clearly, to encourage that engagement. And then you also have to give yourself the permission to experiment using certain kinds of hashtags, experiment using certain kinds of music, experiment using, a longer form piece of content versus a shorter form. Experiment the time of day that you do it, because all of this, it's going to allow you to see what increases or decreases the discoverability of the content that you're creating.